All right, we're live. I should probably try and see if I can find a chat somewhere. Is there a chat that goes on in here? It's not in interview mode. Well, let's see. Obviously, this is a high, highly experienced person in terms of doing this, so let's see if I can just maybe get into YouTube and there's the live program, and I should probably make another window with Twitch chat in there too, huh? Yep, I probably should. I should have done this beforehand. So, if anybody's out there listening and watching, I'm about to go in and do my chatting.
Oh, I have not. No. I have not used the controller in a long time. Holy shit. I felt wrong. How do I put the mouse settings down?
Let's just see. Don't know these people, or I think I don't know them anyway. Yep, nothing there. Okay. Let's go into my channel. And, yep, there it is. Right there. And there's the chat room. Yep, there it is. Right there. And there's the chat room. Perfect. Alright, got that window done. And now we can do the same thing for YouTube. So let's do it over here. In case you're wondering, I am using a very nice app called Arc that will let me have things, multiple windows and stuff like that. And I'm almost there, so close. Let's see, where is my channel? Your channel, there I am. Your videos, your thing. I wonder where I want to actually be. Maybe your channel. And what's going on live? Yep, right there. And let's put that one in there. Definitely mute it so I don't double up on things. And then I have my chat going. Perfect. Live chat. Excellent. Although I don't know if I can, how I actually chat in here. We should pop out chat. There we go. There. Get rid of that one. There we go. Now we got my two chat windows going too. Isn't that nice? All right. Again, need to figure out how to do this long before I actually start the stream, but we still got it going. And it will be nice if I can make this a little smaller. Here we go. Going through so much trouble to make sure the chat works in a place that's probably not going to have any messages at all. Mainly because I don't really make much broadcasting, but that's okay. What I will do is I'll go one more thing. I will go into the Discord. I'm going Discord crafting. And I'm working on more Kraken gifts for my YouTube and Twitch streams, both the same as my username here. Not advertising for views, just enjoying the company if you were so inclined. Go. And we'll see if that breaks rules or not. I don't think it will. But if it does, I'll soon take it down. Benefits of being a newbie. You can make mistakes with impunity. It's a straight opportunity to make mistakes with impunity. Yes, that's right. I am singing Pirates of Penzance because that's the kind of YouTuber I am. Twitch streamer? I don't know. I'm just trying to follow Austin Kleon's advice and share my work. So here's what I'm going to do. Normally, I would be making this into a big kind of a sort of folder for ephemera. And let's see the camera a little tiny bit more. There we go. And this one would be a notebook. However, the main ephemera that I'm going to have for this piece is going to be this 2 pages of how to draw things, how to draw plants specifically. And it's fun. It has little, like, look carefully at the shape of the leaves and how they overlap. And I'm actually going to be folding this into one of those exploding map kind of things and tucking that in. Probably going to age it a little bit too. I might even do some tea staining. And that's what's going to go into this thing. I'm going to make this in the pocket. And this is actually going to be a sketchbook, a gardening sketchbook for the person. So I'm going to have got this for the cover. Maybe even add the little paints in there. And then over here I have a couple of other little things. I'm going to actually cut these out and put them in the pages. I might put this whole one right here in the front page. Yeah, mainly it's so that they have a little sketchbook. Maybe I did read once that you can take like watercolors. This is my little travel watercolor pack. That unfortunately is really hard to open. Don't know why. But anyway, you can take them and you can take these things and put little swatches on a card. And if I can figure out a way to make a watercolor card for this person, I may add in some plant-like colors, but we'll see about that. All right. I also recently cleaned up my studio. I realize it may not look like it, but believe me, this is a much cleaner studio than it was before. And I was able to find things like my bone folder. So I'm going to start making the sketchbook. And I make that. I have some hard cardstock. This particular project, by the way, I should add. I think this was from. I think I saw it from Treasure Books, and it basically all of these pieces were from a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and yeah, so I used that. All right, so that's going to be the size of it, and then inside, I'm trying to decide if I want to make this into have actual sketchbook paper, or if I would rather just kind of have it be like tea stained or junk journal style. I think I'm going to do the sketchbook paper because I want this to actually be usable. I want the person to really enjoy making it, and also I happen to have found recently my old hands-on mixed media. Now I guess I can show you some of the first pages in it. I just have to be careful because there's a fun little thing. Measure twice, cut once. Let's see. Here, it's not sloppy. It's rustic. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah. Oh, and this is a fun one I made. I like that one. Maker with a rainbow. I'll show you that one actually. Yeah, and then I have some where I was doing like practicing my sketching of nudes, which I don't think is a good idea to put on YouTube. I think sketching nudes is a great idea, but not this one. As above, so below, something I'm working on for a craft project. But what I have here, let's see how the sides worked. So it's just a little bit big. Because see, I could take this and I could take all these pieces and I could cut them and fold them. But I think I might want to try and find a different sketchbook that might work better. Or maybe even, I have these things. Marker, smooth surface, Bristol, smooth surface. Toned watercolor. Ooh. I think this might be it. Because I think these things are, yeah, look at that. Look at that. If I take the inside of here and I make it a more of a clean cover, I can then get rid of this thing. I can glue this to the back here. That'll give them a hard surface. Oh yeah, yep, that's what it's going to be. Or I don't have to usually use all of them too. I could always, you know what, let's use the whole thing. I got this from one of the many sketch boxes that I got and never used. And it's not to say I wouldn't ever use this. I do like wing watercolor, but it has probably been sitting on my shelf for several years. And regardless of whether this person uses it, I think they will like getting it. Also, it will be easy. So, I do, however, want to measure how much space we need here. So if I do like that, it's the current fold. I hold it there and I make another fold. I bone folder it, the hell out of it. Alright, so now I have a nice little spine right there. The other handy thing about this is that I was thinking normally I do a stitching on the side of the book. I'll show in a little bit another piece that I was making. But in this case, I can just glue this on here. This is like made to be glued. So that probably means we need some glue. To the glue box. Robin. We'll use, because I am a tacky guy, we'll use the tacky stuff. Alright. And I have no idea if it actually showed on the screen, but it's possible when you saw me get up, you noticed that not only am I wearing a Battlestar Galactica shirt, boy, this stuff is, it's cold in my basement, so unfortunately, this thing will end up being... Oh, there we go. Okay. Anyway, I'm wearing a Battlestar Galactica shirt. But I don't want to leave all you other fan people out, so there are also... I'm wearing Star Wars pants that are covered with spaceships from Star Wars in gold relief on black material, which was a gift for my 50th birthday, which is kind of nice. This, by the way, is a trick I learned from, maybe Treasure Books, might have been one of the other many awesome people on the craft YouTubes. But anyway, it's the idea of trying to not get all your fingers sticky, but still being able to just easily spread the glue around. And then what do you do with it? Well, you just wipe it on something else. By the way, that'll last for about 15 minutes. And then I will forget, and I will use my regular finger, and everything will go back to being sticky the way it should be. Alright, so obviously I want to be very careful and exact, like any good junk journaler. And I'll just pop that on there. Yes. Beautiful. I like that a lot. So this one here is like one page. See in the back, it's got that. Just got that one page. So I could perhaps make this one a fold out kind of thing. Like you open it up like that and you can see how these work. Yeah, I like that idea. And that will be for the inside here. So, first of all, we can put this away for now. I will have to even up that side there, but that is a problem for future gray. Current gray is going to take this thing and put it right here. And we can take the cutter to cut. Now, I think one of the questions I need to decide is, this is relatively thin paper, and I wonder if I should glue it to something that is more sturdy. Questions, decisions, and questions. Don't know. That's okay. So cut all the sides so they're even. I don't know why I keep looking at the back side, because that one doesn't matter. All right. So, first things first. I'm going to want this to be basically the same size as this one. So that means I'm going to need to fold it up there and down there. And I'm going to fold it in. So I'm going to be smart. I'm not going to fold this paper first. I'm going to take a different piece of paper that is similar. Not that one, I'm using that one. I'm going to take a different piece of paper that is similar in thickness and thinness, which means from the same type of magazine. That was from, nope, not Creatopia. Creatopia is also a cool magazine, but unfortunately I think it's only online now. I think it was unable to find a workable business model. But this is Flow magazine. So let's take this page. Do what you can, accept what you cannot. That seems silly. Why would anyone do that? Do what you can, accept what you cannot. Ah! You deserve to be destroyed. Okay. So first we will measure, because that's what people do. And we'll first measure to make sure it's the same size paper. How about that? I'll do that. Instead of pulling out my thing, I'm going to just use a ruler and a roller. Rulin' and rollin'. Rollin' and rulin'. There we go. Alright. Sure, that worked. Same thing down here. Beautiful. And finally along the side. Beautiful. All right. Do that so I don't kill my fingers. This is the one that's going in the journal. This is the one with that horrible, horrible phrase on it that we're going to use. So the next measurement is going to be how tall or wide should it be, and it should be the same size as one of these. Don't want to actually take this off. I bet you the cover tells me it is 4 by 6, 4 by 6 inches. Okay, so I will measure the whole thing. The whole thing is not even. It is 9. Oh, it's 9 5/8 inch. Perfect. That's great. All right, so that means 4.5 and 1 2/8 and 1/8. So right there would be the center. And I have a little pencil here, so 4.5, 1, 2, and there. So that's the middle. And it's 4 by 6, so that means 3 inches up and 3 inches down. Will give me roughly what I'm looking for, and 4 inches in. Alright, there's that. And then we will use the handy mat to line it all up. Alright, so this part I don't want to have folded. So I'd like to do one of those, fun kind of exploding folds. And it's going to take me a while to figure out how to do this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need at least one fold that will be this way. So let's do that one first. Hey, we've got a ruler here. We can actually use it to help with folds. Do what you can, accept what you cannot. Terrible thing to tell someone. Supposed to do this way. This way. The best part about not having a very popular channel is that you can actually do stuff like say, hey, I'm just going to figure shit out here. Alright, so that's a good start. So now I'm thinking, actually, I want to do something like this. Same thing over here, right? I'm folding it right at that corner. Right there. And then I am going to... There we go. See where I'm going with this? Can you see what I am trying to do here? There we go. So now when this opens up, it'll open up both by doing that fold like that. Okay, there. So what I do is I fold it here. I'd already folded there, and then I folded in this part here. Right? Okay. And then I can do the same thing over on this side. So basically inverting that fold. And this is going to take part of that one too. There we go. Alright. So that's not bad. And let's see, so now, I mean, I could just fold that part in. But this is the piece that you need to fold out first, this one right here. So what would be nice is if I could figure out a way to make this piece stick out as being the first piece. So if I go like that, and then there, I mean, that's kind of interesting. Take that, pull out there, pull out there. That's not bad. It looks nice. And it just means that this part here would have to be basically, I'd fold that up and say, open me. Right there. And probably I would also, it's iffy, but I think if I make just a tiny slit right there, I could push that in there and it would hold, right? And then just say slide out. One, slide out. Two, wait, so when I slide that out, open that. I don't know if I really need the directions. I think that actually once they slide it out, I think they'll be able to tell. Yeah. So there. That's what I'm going to make the exploding book out of. Exploding book. Exploding. Okay. Cool. Alright. So, let's see here. So I need to do this same thing to this page. And then I will end up gluing this back thing to here. Yeah. Okay, cool. We have a plan. Not only that, but it's a doable plan. Alright, so first I'm going to fold right along here. And then the same thing up here. Alright, and then what was the next thing I did? Oh yeah, I folded 4 inches in. Right there. All right, that's going to be one of the boundaries. That's kind of nice how that works out there. That's nice. I like that a lot. Okay. Now that I've done that, fold these in here. And then fold that like there. Oh, that felt so nice. That felt so nice. So this is probably going to be a space for a sticker of some kind, because I don't like having just this thing here. But meanwhile, the rest of this is freaking awesome. Look at all the blank space I have here. This is beautiful. All right, having fun. Here's how we do it. This is how we do it. Beautiful. All right, so that falls in that way. And that falls in that way. Oh, look at that. You have a little bit of a fun thing right there. You have to find a fun plant sticker, and then the last step will be to have that right in there. And if I was more of an artist, look at that. So this is going to go in here. And when she opens it up, I'll have different things on how to make a drawing. So the last thing I did to do is I need to do a little slit right there. And I think I'm going to do a slit, and then I'm going to reinforce it. Or maybe I'll do the reinforcing first. Because I don't want that part to be glued in here. I want that part to be apart from that. But I do want it to like last. So I have some clear tape. Here's some clear cello tape. And I can take that. Yeah, that looks about good. I need a knife. You know, I realize most craft people use scissors. My scissors keep disappearing. I would blame my partner, but first of all, she didn't do it, and second of all, she doesn't really craft like I do, so I don't see why she would if she, thought of it. So, don't know exactly what it is. Alright, so I want that pretty close to the edge, and you're going to remember I'm going to be taking off some of this edge too, so definitely want it to be pretty close there. And this is going to end up being right there. I think I can actually, if I make the slit right there on the edge of the plant, I might be able to avoid having to block that much of the plant. So I'll put that cello right there. Okay, so that's going to give a little bit of a brace when I slide that right in there, and that's where I want that to be, right there. Oh, don't want to cut this thing. See, I wanted to add excitement to my channel by giving the impression that I was making mistakes. Catastrophic mistakes to the pieces I'm trying to make. Okay, so put that in there. See if the thing works. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's going to be nice. Alright, so next step is to glue onto here. Yes, I think I'm going to do that. Trimming. Why is that getting all wrinkled? And this one I am going to use my paper cutter. So this is like the story of my life, and this is partially ADHD, but I have a giant piece of equipment like this. And I know that I just used it. You saw me use it earlier. And I know that I put it somewhere. And I look around and it is nowhere in sight. So it actually was over here hiding underneath these other papers that I had put aside so that I didn't accidentally mess with them. Alright, so there's that. That's much more. He's still not quite even. I hate this part. You know the old thing, you can always cut more, but you can't ever cut less. And I don't want it to be shorter. But cut off one more sliver. See how that works. Okay, when I fold it over, it does seem to be accurate there, so good. Alright. And something, no, it's still going. Okay. I do have a preview window so I can see what's going on, but alright, so accept what you can't accept. Why would anyone want something like that? Alright, so now I'm going to be putting this onto here, and this I do want to have kind of centered. There, that's going to be kind of nice. Oh, there's one more thing I want to do before. I should have done it over here too. I hope I can still do it. May have to re-glue that. Which is corners. Corners are wonderful things. The wonderful thing about corners is corners are wonderful things. It's not going to work. I guess I will not do corners. Never mind. We're going to have a square book. I feel so uncrafty now. Alright. So, one of the nice things about this thing here is I could actually make, I should just make a garden thing, right? Put it right there, and it can actually like overlap a little bit. Stick out, maybe even find something with some texture to it. Yeah. That'll be fun. Alright, so let's get some glue on this thing. Trying to clean as I go, like any good chef would. I know I'm not a chef, but there we go. All right, so yeah. I don't want to glue it with the tape in there. That would be bad. I think actually I'm not going to use that glue. It's kind of messy. I'm going to use. So this is. It looks like a typical glue stick. I don't even know where I got it from, but this actually is a photo-safe formula, permanently bonds photos to most surfaces. I don't know if it's actually stronger than your regular glue stick, but I do know that it has worked really, really well for me. So I'm going to make sure I don't get the bottom of the piece, but I do get the top. And then just keep going. And it just makes it easier to put stuff around so you don't get quite as sticky with your fingers. So yeah, I'm going to be sad when this runs out, and hopefully I can find another one, because I think I sort of inherited this. My girlfriend's dad had a bunch of toolboxes with some photo stuff in it, and this was one of the things in it. And I inherited it from that. So, a little bit sticky, not too much. Put that in there. Oh, don't. So that's a problem. My little slit there won't open. There we go. Somehow I cut the tape while I was doing that. Might have to do some repair on that. Alright. So now I've got the slit thing that works. Phrasing. I do kind of wonder. I'll do that and that. That looks even better. All right. Yeah. So now we have this, and what's going to go on the outside, you ask? I'm glad you asked that. This. I think I'm actually just going to kind of rip it and have one of these in the back, and I'll put maybe these on the front. I don't know, do I want them both in the back, or do I want to use the watercolor? That would look kind of cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think we're going to put in the watercolors and a little ink bottle there. Yeah, I think this area for the back. Do we want to rip it? Maybe not ripping it. Maybe we'll actually make them nice. I think that might be the way to go. Alright, so I'll put this here. Let's give ourselves as much of this as we can. There we go. Alright, and then up here we want to give this as much as possible because this is really cool. And I mean, this is cool too, but we have plenty of it. So I want to take a look and see how much we can have on here. So I think if we just go down to right about at that edge of the yellow, that should be good. Not really good. Alright, there we go. Now, this might make some good ephemera later on. Alright. Now we can corner this one. And I think we'll make them relatively sharp corner. We'll make them 4mm corners. I don't know what it is that happens with this, that sometimes it just isn't going to work. There we go. That one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. And that one goes there. Alright, so now I have a nice little picture, but like any good person doing this, I definitely want to make sure that I make it. We're going to use Vintage Photo Distressed Ink. Or do I want Hickory Smoke? Smoke, I think that's going to go better with it. So let's use a Vintage Photo. So yeah, like any good crafter, I need to stress this. Oh wait, actually, you know what? I don't know why I was using my big pad. I always use my pad because it's impressive. When actually I have perfectly good old paper, which you don't use nearly often enough. So I'm going to rub some on there. Sometimes paper isn't out. If I was a real junk journaler, obviously, I would be using, wow, it's like making absolutely no difference whatsoever, is it? If I just push this on it, does that do anything? Not really. I can tell it's going on there, but it doesn't really feel like it's aging as much. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, it's a little bit. It's a subtle change. So I'm I'm all about the subtle. Use this to knock it off. Alright. I guess it's a little bit older paper than it was. Let's see. Did it really much of a difference? Not really. I think they already did that to the picture before. Fine. Old paper, trying to be subtle. Not working. So, we'll just grab some hickory smoke. Or maybe vintage photo. Oh, that's actually getting a little bit better look. Yeah, I like that a lot better. You may wonder, why didn't I do that on the papers that are inside there? That's a very good question. The reason why, it was actually a conscious decision. The reason why I didn't was because it was, I wanted the colors that were on that piece of paper to not be muted, because they're really nice greens and stuff. Also, I am neither a watercolor artist, nor am I very much about plants. That's my girlfriend, the horticulturist, and my partner, the gardener. Nope, I am more about, making stuff, and also trying to share things in ways that will preserve their intended purpose. Ooh, you can see the end. The end is nigh. Not Bill Nye either. Alright, so I want this one to be in the back. So there we go. Nice. And just put a little bit of extra texture on here. Yeah, sure, why not? Looks pretty cool. And then on this side, we will do this one. And again, I like ripping things, but consistency. So this is not for me, this is for someone else. So we will just, also if I don't rip it all the way, I might be able to use this for either another piece of their piece, or I guess it would make a good bookmark. The full, yeah, that actually might make a good background for the other piece that will hold the other drawing instruction thing. So, yeah, that's a nice cover. Okay, so put that in there. There we go. And nope. Nope. Why aren't you? There we go. That's gonna be too long. Yep, it is too long. Too long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Again, that whole measuring thing. Here, that's all the cool kids are doing it. There we go. There we go. Alright, and this is definitely a case where I would want to use some of that distressing. nice. Alright, this might actually be the last of the photo stuff that I said I like so much. So, obviously, what I should do is find more on Amazon and then put a link to it in the comments or about the video so that you all will buy it. Pay my mortgage with your affiliate links, because that's a thing. Totally. No, it's not really a thing. So, take it like that. Put it right there. Alright. Alright, so what have we made? We have made a gardening book. And I'll probably write some words here that will say gardening book. But we have a book that you open up and you're like, oh, well, look at that. There's some paper I can use. And what's this over here? Well, if I pull out that thing and I open it up, it's got a bunch of things on how to draw plants. If I want to do that. Which, you know, personally I don't, but some people do. And since this person said they like gardening, I thought it might be something they would like. And yes, they may never, ever, ever, ever get it back together. Shoot. That is a definite tear. That is something up with which I cannot put. So, I'm going to do probably what we should have done in the first place. Just take a very tiny piece of tape. And I'm actually going to insert it underneath those two, and then push down, and then fold it over. So that now it's got a much nicer little lip there. All right. Stamp on the front. There we go. Alright, if you watch this in the future, because nobody watched it in the present, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I sure did.